Hey everybody. So the power went out I think it was like for 5 streets in Waco, and I had to come to a different person's house to film. So there might be some dog noises in the background. My apologies. Okay, so in chapters 4 and 5, I noticed that even though it's different core content, math and writing are, teachers do will use similar strategies and methods to teach those core content. So what I found, I am a writing teacher, so looking through the math chapter, I noticed that there's definitely some similarities. For example, the teachers kind of let them problem solve kind of independently in groups, and that's what we do in writing. We let them have a chance to rehearse. In writer's workshop, we call it rehearse, which means they brainstorm what they're going to write about, and they talk about it with their friends and come up with ideas together, but then they're writing on their own. And so when they're problem solving, a lot of the time, we solve problems in our writing through those conferences one-on-one with the teacher, and then also with peer review. So that was one thing that I noticed. Quick writes is another cool strategy that we use in writing to just practice brainstorming. And in math, they use it to kind of like an exit ticket in a way, just to see whether they understood the concept or not. So, but quick writes, we really use it in my class, we use it for grammar. And basically when we cover one of those common misused words like your and your and you are, we practice how that is taught, how we use it in writing, and then we try to do a quick write and have them practice on their own. So really, those for quick writing, those are pretty similar. Just trying to see if they understand the basic of how to use something. Stop and write, we also do that. If I'm teaching something about dialogue or show not tell, I will talk for a minute and then have them write down 2 things that they understand about what I'm teaching. And then once again, they're doing a quick write and they're actually going to practice how to use it, or try to use it through writer's workshop in their own writing. So, and then one thing that I liked, I know that the teacher that I work with, he uses this, but the students are working by themselves, and in writing we do writer's workshop and we're conferencing with them, and we're working on simple goals. And I know for math, those teachers are doing the same thing. They're conferencing one-on-one, maybe it's with a guided table, but they're having small goals for those particular students. They're differentiating how they need to differentiate, and with writing, we're doing the same thing. So even though that those 2 subjects are kind of different, or really different, I mean, in some ways, the teacher, if they're knowledgeable enough, that they can use different strategies and methods that can be used both ways. And what I like about what the math teacher that is working with me, we're departmentalized, he is doing almost everything he can to how to work with how to blend writing and reading into his math. And that is the way that it should be. So a lot of the time, for example, this past 6 weeks, they were working with a program called Storybird. And basically it's like a children's book, like the children make their own children's book, and the program already has like layouts and illustrations already within the system. And so the children just pick their picture and then they start writing their children's book based on the illustration. And so he was asking them to write a children's book, but they had to use their math vocabulary. And so that was a big grade for the 6 weeks. And anyway, that's the kind of teachers we need. That's the kind of curriculum we need to make. And that's not something that was in Waco IC's curriculum. That was just a teacher trying to do everything he can to blend everything as much as he can. So that's what we need to be doing. And that's why planning is so important with our teachers. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video.